What's up, guys? Hey, we're here with Brian Ignatowski, who is a man of many hats. Right now,
I got a couple.
We're sitting in the Howell Gun Club, and Brian showed us around, gave us a tour. We're sitting in the pistol range, which is pretty amazing. It's cool that you allowed us to come in here and have this conversation with you. Brian has his information right here for a CPL class, and the Howell Gun Club is centrally located in Livingston County. So if you need to get your CPL certification, please reach out to Brian from this interview. So Brian, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Aaron.
Yep. You, You grew up in Howell, right?
Yep, we moved here in the mid-90s, which was just before I started high school, and we came from Lapeer, so we didn't come from too far away.
Right on. And now you're married?
Yep, my wife Jessica and I met in Howell.
All right. Yep. And she's a Howell graduate too?
Yep, she's 5 years younger than I am. I graduated in 2000, and we've since moved to Pinckney, but we stayed very active in Howell. Like I said, the Howell Gun Club. I teach my concealed pistol classes here, and awesome. we live in Pinckney, so it's a good location. It's we love everything about the area.
I'll bet. You have a couple littles, boys, girls?
2 boys, yep, 9 and 14. Yep.
Oh, wow, so you're right in the mix of it.
Right in the thick of it.
They're more interested in like sports or outdoors or studies, or what is there?
Yeah, they're really focused on studies. My oldest does karate and also plays soccer. My youngest is getting into baseball. There's a faith-based oriented program called the Slingshots. They meet in Dexter. They have an affiliation, I believe, with Father Gabriel Richard, okay. is where we are pursuing my son to go to high school, because he's at St. Mary and Pinckney. They're both at St. Mary and Pinckney. Yep. That they stop at 8th grade. So yeah. We're kind of right in the middle of figuring that out, because it's going to come quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law, my wife's sister, all 3 of her kids either went to Catholic Central or Gabriel Richard.
Okay.
And I went to Fatherville Baptist for a year, and then Jake, of course, behind the camera there, went to Hidden Springs. So lots of really neat opportunities for education, whether it's public schools or private schools or faith-based within our area. And that's pretty cool about Livingston County.
Everybody's got a little something different going on, and everybody's doing their best, and it's nice that we have some options.
Right on. You used to work at Peacekeepers, didn't you?
Yeah, so Peacemakers, I was there for, listen, everybody says it wrong, and I'm sure that more than one person's probably laughing or rolling their eyes when they watch this, but I actually had the opportunity. I was very blessed with an opportunity that with my career and background in water filtration, I always had a passion to train people and educate them on gun safety. So when things happened with COVID, I took a big pay cut and took an opportunity to start my own water filtration business. Okay. And when I did that,
what's the name of it?
American H2O.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know if you can zoom in on that, but really for me, it's just more time with my family. Yeah. I have an opportunity to, I have no dreams of pursuing, wealth, but I just want to be able to be home at night with my kids and my wife, and just spend more time with them and do life a little differently. And I think a lot of people saw, had their eyes open during COVID. So for sure. I had that opportunity to go in, and I just went there to work. And then after a week or two, they said, you know what? We kind of had you in mind for maybe a little bit more. Yeah. And we have a multi-million-dollar training facility that we would like you to help us open. Wow. And I was like, okay, so I get to, be trained to become a firearms instructor. Right. And I don't sell guns, but I do have the opportunity to teach people gun safety, and by way of my website, stopthreat.net, and my phone number, which is really funny. It's 313-444-GUNS. And Google Voice had that, and I said, well, maybe God's doing something here.
That's
so
right.
I definitely enjoy, teaching. I try to teach a CPL class, every month or two. Yeah. Last year I was doing some things that I didn't have a lot of time And I love sending people to Peacemakers. And my friend Chris, who I used to work with at Peacemakers, opened a gun shop in Fenton called Massasauga Outfitters.
We've been there.
His website,
cool.
I don't know if you saw it, it's moguns.com. So
Okay.
moguns.com.
I love it.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just, it's just some really cool opportunities.
I'll bet. So walk me through the process. I have a CPL and we carry daily, but walk me through the process. If I want to get my CPL, what is the process in order to do it?
Yeah, it's a pretty simple process if you live in Livingston County, especially because the clerk is amazing.
Yep.
Hi, Betsy. And, they do everything by the letter of the law. And I ask people, like, give them a lot of grace because they don't make the law. They process the application. The application, you can print it online. I always recommend that you call the clerk or go on their website because the application has changed and the gun laws have changed. And we'll get into something else that I've done in the past because of my passion for, people have the God-given right to defend themselves. But it's really important that people get, that they go by the law.
Right.
And the law basically states they go to their county clerk for where they live. And where they live is what matches their driver's license. So Michigan's communication between the Secretary of State, the Michigan State Police, and the county clerk, there's a lot of different hands that are involved in that. A lot of different hats that go into that as well.
Sure.
So go to your county clerk, get the right application, fill that application out.
Yep.
Don't sign it till you get there because they have to witness you signing it.
Yep.
To attest to all the things that you've written on there.
Okay.
They run through a background check process.
Okay.
Again, Livingston has their website, has a bunch of good information on there. So if somebody says, hey, I want to pursue that, really the first thing is to make sure that, one, you know how to safely operate a gun.
Which is the class?
No. Yes and no.
Okay.
So I'm really glad you asked. We didn't plan or script this out, but the class is important. Now, it is not a beginner class. So I've had people that have come in there, have never touched a gun before, listened and watched and did everything, the way that they should have. And, they took the 8-hour class and they safely picked their gun up, loaded it, chambered it around, listened to the commands, waited for the whistle, fired their rounds. And the Michigan qualification gives the instructor and the curriculum like a lot of freedom. So we teach our classes with the United States Concealed Carry Association.
All right.
I'm also an NRA instructor, and everybody knows that the NRA is the National Rifle Association. There's like 3 or 4 curriculums that the state of Michigan is allowed. So first thing is, you don't have to have a gun. But I recommend, I've recommended many people going to Peacemakers to get their classes because this isn't something I do full time. It's just something that I can have fun with, make a couple extra bucks, and buy guns and ammo. Right? I can write them off. So if you want to talk to me about becoming an instructor, I would love to have that conversation. But
Maybe.
not for everybody.
Right.
But it is something I take very serious. It's near and dear to my heart. It's not a political thing. It's just a safety thing. And there's 2 times when I really, really would have felt a lot better had I had a gun on me. One was an incident in a gas station, and the other one was a home invasion. Oh. So that's a story for a different day.
Yeah.
Again, somebody could go on Google, type in firearms instructor near me or CPL class near me. And if you live in Livingston County area, you'll probably find myself, Peacemakers. I'm one of the only people that I know of in Southeast Michigan that still does a portion of their class online. Okay. So we try to break it up because the Michigan law requires that it's an 8-hour class. Yeah. You have to fire at least 30 rounds into an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. Nice. Instructors have varying distances and the way things that are. I'm mostly concerned with somebody knows how to safely hold a gun. Yep. Because if you're not safe with your gun, you should definitely not have a gun. You should seek training. Yes. Otherwise, you're just a danger and a liability to yourself and others.
Right. Yeah, and that's been exposed a little bit lately, but we'll pass that by also. So your heart, part of the way that we became to know each other is some of the circles we run around are in the same spot. And I have seen you run for certain things over a period of time.
Yeah.
And I've cheered you on, of course, you know, through text or messenger or that kind of stuff. Not even knowing each other, you know, it's not like we break bread together, our families hang out. But I just like to see people succeed, and I feel like your heart's the same way. What is it in your heart to keep going back after trying to serve and further help our community that drives you? What is that?
I mean, I just love it here. And honestly, there was a time or two in the past where my wife and I had to sit down and have that hard conversation. Like, you know, is this place where we live now and where we've lived for so long the place where God has our future? Right. You know, there's been concerns about the gun laws. There's been concerns about, you know, masks and vaccines, and, you know, and working at a gun range, they never made us wear a mask, you know. So there's just a lot of things that go in you know, as a family and as a local business owner, you know, it's those things we have to ask ourselves. For me, it was just an opportunity to say, hey, I've been on the board for the Chamber of Commerce. I was appointed to the zoning board. I've got a couple years of experience with that. And
Pinckney?
Hamburg Township.
Hamburg Township, okay.
So Hamburg Township, so the zoning board of appeals. Basically, if you say, hey, I want to have a pole barn or a shed or out back or at this property or that property, you probably know nothing about anything with zoning, right?
Well, there might be a little
Just leave you a little bit, yeah. Maybe 1 million or 2 people have seen some of that play out.
Sure.
No, I care about people, you know, 1, being safe, 2, have the ability to protect their family, and then 3, like, I'm a small business owner, you know, and during COVID, like I said, I had an opportunity to transition, but I realized really quick, I don't have millions of dollars in the bank that I can just, you know, do what I got to do. So I went from, you know, working for a multinational corporation, and I said, hey, I want to stay local. I want to continue to offer my services to friends and family and business owners for their businesses or for their homes, and you know, stay around, stay local.
Right on. Well, I'll tell you what, man, I appreciate the conversation today. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. I know that your heart's in the right place, your faith is in the right place, and you're a family man similar to us. And so I just want to say thank you.
Oh, my pleasure, man.
I appreciate you. I hope that for our sake, you run for something in the future and we can support you again.
I'm definitely considering it. I'm definitely been encouraged to seek that. I mean, to represent somebody, whether it's helping them, you know, get their concealed pistols license. I always offer safety classes for families at no charge, and I'm happy to help, whether it's water filtration or firearms training.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Thank you again. Thanks for
my pleasure. Thanks, Aaron.
All right, take care.
And Jake.